The reason I could do this with such confidence is because this light is IP68 waterproof, which means that it's waterproof as well as dustproof. So I don't have to worry that if God forbid something happens and this light falls into the tank, it's not gonna shock my fish, and also the light itself will be protected. As you can see here, this light is very aesthetically pleasing and is very bright that illuminates every single inch of my tank. And another thing that it has, as you can see here, is that it changes colors. It has 9 different color variations, and as well as a mode that you could put it to rotate automatically on the colors, which I'll set over here. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate through the rest of these colors here. And as you can see, each one of them is beautiful in its own way, and they did a really good job setting up the colors for this light. And something you'll notice here is that once you set it up at the auto changing mode for the colors, it does it not so abruptly when you're doing it manually, but it does it very nicely and smooth, and I just really appreciate that, and I'm sure the fish appreciate that as well. And it does this by not jumping from one extreme color to the other. It just kind of does it where it's like, okay, it's like purple to red, and then yellowish to green, and then white. So that's I really appreciate that they paid attention to that little detail. Another thing that I really like is the brightness levels. So it goes from all the way from the brightness of 100% down to 10% at 10% increments. And I also like that in the control panel it shows you where it is positioned at, like if it's at 50% or at 10%, you can know. The representative at Hygger did tell me that this light works better with rimless tanks. But as you can see here, my tank is not rimless, and the light held up really well on there. Maybe if I really try it wiggles a little bit, but it really does hold on very well. So that's just something to know. But again, it's really sitting there nice and snug. I don't see it moving anywhere. Another thing that I really like is that this light, if I decide that I don't want it all the way to the back, it's really easy to move around. So I just loosen it up a little bit and just move it down the rail without any issues. And looking at the light itself, it is made out of really good material. It has an aluminum housing that dissipates heat, and with this many LEDs you do want something to be able to dissipate the heat efficiently. Something that I really love is this 24/7 light mode. It simulates a 24-hour sunrise and sunset pattern to promote growth of your plants and also your fish happiness, you know, because they're your pets. And as I click here, you'll see the different patterns that will go through the day. So to be able to set this up, it's actually very simple. You just look at the clock, whatever time you're in right now. So for example, I'm at 1 p.m. right now. I just set it for 1 p.m. and it'll just go on from there. And it'll go down to all the way down to sunset and nighttime at around 11 p.m. where it will turn off and just turn back on at 6 a.m. with the sunrise. One last feature that this light does have is to be able to set a timer from 6 hour, 10 hour and 12 hours. So like that you could go ahead and manually set that if you don't want to do the 24-hour setting, and it's just giving you options to do a DIY. And actually there is one more amazing feature that this light has, is that if you disconnect the light or the light goes out or anything like that, it will remember what your last setting was at, and it will just continue from there. So it just has an internal memory, which is awesome. And again, thanks to Hygger for sending me this light. It's been amazing. I really love it. I really appreciate it. And I will be posting links to everything in my tank below. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Thank you for watching. Until next time.